Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Wanda. Hi. In today's video, I'll be using this material. It's called Printable Shrink Sheets. It's available in white, translucent, and glow in the dark. The application of heat shrink sheets is very versatile. It is commonly used for crafts such as ornaments, keychains, and stands. It can also be used to create jewelry, rings, hair clips, and a variety of other craft items. With that being said, let's head over to Design Space and create a keychain. Let's click on New Project, Blank Canvas, and click on Text. I'll be working with a W. And now make it bigger by pulling on one of the corners. I'll be moving it over. And now I'll click on Font so I can change this font. Let's go to Systems, since those are the free fonts, and just scroll down and find the font you like. You can click on any of the fonts so that you can see what you want. Otherwise, you can go to Recents, like I did, and find the font there. I'll be using Fine Winter. Click on it. And now you can see I have a beautiful W. I'll be going to Operations and I'll be changing the color. I'll be using a light orange. You want to make sure to use light colors so that it turns out brighter. To make the letter a little bit sturdier, I'll be clicking on Offset. I'll be choosing the corners rounded. I'll be doing the offset 0.125 and then I'll click on Apply. Since our offset is black, I want to change that to a light color. And let's make it a yellow. So I'm fine with this color. Now let's click on our offset. Click on Contour. Let's hide this and close this window. And now let's make our letter bigger. So let's highlight the offset and the letter. Let's make this kind of like a 4.24. Remember, this material will shrink half the size, so you want to make it bigger. And now let's grab a shape. Let's grab a circle. Click on that. Let's move it over and make it 0.75. Let's go up here and duplicate it. Let's move it over. Change the size to 0.5. Let's move it over. Let's highlight it. Go up to Align and center it. Highlight both circles. Click on Combine and click on Subtract. Let's change the color to the same as our offset. Grab your circle and place it over the W. Remember, this is the hole where you put your jump rings through for your keychain. Make sure the circle overlaps the edge of the initial enough to be sturdy when the final project is cut. And now let's go over here and hide our W. So let's click on this. Highlight the W along with the circle. Click on Combine and Unite. Let's bring the W back. So go up here again and click on that. Now go over to where it says Arrange. Click on that and go down to Send to Back. And lastly, highlight everything. Click on Flatten. And there we have our W. And just to fill the paper, I created a C for my husband. So now we can click on Make. You can save it as a project or don't save. And here we have it. This is the way it's going to be printing. I'll be moving the W down a little bit. For this project, we don't need to mirror. We'll just continue. Click on Send to Printer. This is something new from Cricut. Just click on Next. And here you'll have the option to select a printer. I'll be choosing my Epson 2800. I'll be turning the bleed off. And I'll select to print. You can click on Use System dialog if you need to make any changes. Click on Done. Before we set our base material, let's feed our printer. And I'll be working with white shrink, so I'll take one of those out. And these come in this nice packet. On their website, these come in 30 packs. As I mentioned before, they have white sheets, translucent sheets, and glow-in-the-dark sheets. You can use an inkjet printer, acrylic markers, color pens, and color powders. On the white paper, you will print on the matte white side. And now comes the good part. I'll be clicking on Browse All Material. And I'll write on here Shrink. And select Shrink Plastic. And this is the setting I created just to cut this material, which is 310 pressure, 3 times multi-cuts, fine point blade. And for pressure, more. And here we have it. I'll be using the purple Tech Wrap Matte, which is a strong grit. I'll be placing this exactly the way it appears on Design Space. I want to make sure it doesn't move. Since it's the first time I'll be cutting this material, I'll be using some washi tape to make sure it sticks to the mat. And now the moment of truth. Let's see if this cuts through. All right, I'll be turning my mat over and very carefully I'll be pulling it upwards. You want to be very careful because this material will break easily. And now I'll start kind of taking apart the W. As I mentioned, be very careful. Make sure to bend a little bit so that it comes out. It's kind of like a little bit of pulling here and there to get your material to come out. And once I got the hang of it, I just was sliding my finger through and it came out pretty good. As for the circle, I just needed to push through a little bit hard. And I have my oven running to 320 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 minutes. And while that warms up, I'll be putting some parchment paper on here, my letter on top, and then I'll cover my letter with more parchment paper. And off we go. And I'm down with a timer of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I kind of heated this up to 300 because I knew that once it reached the temperature, it would start the countdown. I don't know, but this oven is kind of that way. But anyways, so we reached the time and it's ready. Make sure to use some heat gloves so you don't get burned. And now you'll want to put that on a flat surface and lay something on top that's pretty heavy so that it doesn't curve. So I decided to put this on there for a couple of seconds. And now I'll be looking for some jump rings, and you'll see the whole process of me trying to get my keychain on with another couple of keychains that I've made also in this channel. So you kind of want to open your jump ring using this little ring instrument and using these pliers. And if you want this to last longer, you can also use some UV resin and cure it that way. As you can see here, I'm just trying to put it inside this other keychain to kind of combine it with a couple of my keychains to make it look very pretty. And if you watch to the end and you like the video, don't forget to give us a like. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye bye.